All right, should be going. I gotta do like some intro thing to kill a little time while everybody gets settled
We are live.
in and tries to skip through the ad. All right, so I got
Oh,
this one set up. This is a follow up on was this the
FLISSA.
FLISSA 15-in-1 multi tool. Last month I unboxed this thing and gave him my first impressions. Greg, you already had one. Your brother Norm, who's not here, uh, no one knows where Norm is. He has one, and you guys had your opinions, and you're going to hold off until I carry this thing around for
Yeah,
a.
maybe Norm didn't come because last time he gave his opinions on it because he thought it was the
Well, we kind of cut him off and said, "Wait, that's not that time."
yeah.
But that's funny. Yeah, he was kind of let down because he had notes and stuff that he wanted to go through, and we're like, Norm, we're not at that stage yet.
Yeah.
So that'll be the point of this video. This is typically on the Scout Life YouTube channel where I do camping, hiking, and EDC items. So a lot of the EDC items we'll cover will be in that kind of realm. I'm also sharing this on the Scout 75 channel, which is all about portable radio. Uh, Mainly because when I was setting this thing up in StreamYard, I accidentally set it up on that channel too. And then I didn't want to repeat the process by trying to take it off. So I said, why not?
Go for it.
Go for it. And well, not all hams are into EDC stuff, but the hams who would be interested in my channel, which is more on the portable side of things and the preparedness side of things, they may have some interest on items like this because a decent multi tool would be a nice thing to have with you when you're out doing portable radio because it's a multi tool. The pliers, wire cutters, strippers, that kind of stuff. Especially comes handy when messing with radio gear. So, I think I killed enough time for an intro. So, you don't know where Norm is.
Nope.
I could have sworn he gave the old, yeah, he gave the old thumbs up and said he was, well,
Yeah, maybe he's in the doghouse like I was.
he might be in a doghouse. You two brothers have a tendency to do that. Or
uh-huh.
with his job, he might have a conference call right now with his cohorts overseas and stuff like that. I think he missed the stream because of that before too.
Yep.
All right. Let me switch cameras for a minute. And take a little close up look at this guy here. And try not to trick the autofocus too many more times. So it is from FLISSA, a Chinese company, a nice size, kind of a medium size, medium capabilities multi tool. So for those that missed the first one, get some crap out of the way here. My first impressions was it was pretty well built. The finishes were nice. Form, fit, and function was where it should be. And the selection of tools seemed pretty well balanced. Nothing too crazy that you wouldn't use, and most of the stuff is there. And I have carried this every day for the last 30 days. I typically do not carry a multi tool. I have a few Leathermen that I have in packs and stuff. And in earlier videos, I've done the 30-day challenge with them. So I left what I typically have a pocket knife with me. I left that at home most of the time, and I just carried this guy, both in pocket carry and then also with the sheath that comes on the hip. So overall, I think it's held up pretty well. One thing I did notice, and this bandage has nothing to do with the multi-tool. That I actually burnt myself, but it doesn't show up. But this finish, it is chipping away on the edges a little bit. Nothing major, just adds a little character to it from my point of view. On this tan, kind of a Cerakote type finish. The finish on the tools themselves is black. Looks like a Cerakote finish as well. Seems to hold up pretty well. I did note that there's a lot of oil on this thing, and that wiped down all right. Of course, the tool I used the most that you can already see by the scuffing was the straight knife edge blade. That held up just fine. I don't know what the steel type is on this. I never bothered looking that up because I figured Norm had that. That worked out good. This lock is a little funky to work with. That's probably my one complaint. Let's see. I used the serrated blade a few times.
If you look at it, Shane, when you open that blade,
Mm-hmm.
right there, where it has the locking mechanism where you push it in, it's got that little nub at the top.
Yeah.
And that seems to, I think that has something with it kind of keeps the blade in from coming out, but
sure.
it makes it just a little bit difficult to pull out. You know what I mean? As smoothly. I noticed that.
Good eye, Gregory. That's what I thought too. I think that's.
See where it kind of hangs up on it.
Yep, that little bit of a detent just makes it a little. I don't think it's necessarily bad, but it's just something to get used to, I guess. The pliers worked good. I had this thing open and close a bunch of times. It's still pretty stout. I like the little thumb catches here. Those worked out well. I like that it's a regular 3/16 hex. Most of them are 1/4 inch, but still this is a little bit better than the flat ones from Leatherman as far as finding off the shelf items. Weight wise, I didn't think it was, I had concerns of this thing, it's all multi tools are a bit of a chunk. So I was a little concerned of it being annoying in my pockets, but it really wasn't. And the style of Carhartt blue jeans I wear a lot, the fifth, the little watch pocket, this thing actually fit nicely in that because it's a little deeper. So pocket carry is not bad. Is the quality the same as a Leatherman? No, but it's, a third or a quarter of the price, and it's a Leatherman isn't 4 times better than this, I don't think. So overall, I think this thing's a winner. And now I can't find my cursor to switch. So that's my initial thoughts on it. What do you?
Yeah, I didn't give it a good 30-day review carrying it every day. This was just not my thing doing it, but it's definitely been around. I have used the pliers on it. Haven't really used, just testing the knife for sharpness and stuff like that, cutting paper and stuff like that. It did fine. When I got mine, at least it was pretty stiff, and it's definitely loosened up to a nice smooth opening.
Mm-hmm.
I do love that tan color.
Yeah,
I think that just the look of that looks fantastic. and
Yeah.
all the parts on it, the driver, and then all the extra stuff you have in here. It's everything you need in a multi-tool.
Yeah.
Nothing, you know, I mean, you start getting into some crazy stuff once you have more options.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was a nice selection of tools. And to be honest, the only thing I ever really used was the pliers and the blades. I think I used a screwdriver once or twice, but I was mostly using the blades and the pliers. It's I I don't well, I know I didn't use the file at all. I don't know.
I don't know. For the file reasons, like I have a Leatherman,
Yep.
and I actually used that file on there to fit a 1911 thumb safety. You know,
Oh yeah.
before that I didn't have any small files. Now I own little gunsmithing
Sure.
files, but it worked.
Yep.
You know, on the Leatherman. So I'm sure the same here. It looks like it's good quality, but other than that, I usually don't use a file much.
Yeah. Yeah. But I can't think of anything I'd want on there besides the file. Because on the outside you got room for 4 larger tools. We got the and I'm impressed I haven't cut myself on these things yet. You got the regular straight knife edge. On the other one, you got the serrated knife edge across the whole thing. Then you have the little saw, which I didn't mention before. They did the saw right, where it's fat at the saw end and it's tapered back, so that way it's less likely to bind if you're cutting through twigs and stuff. I did use that once camping. It worked good. I can't think of any other larger thing you'd want on there. So
I don't think they could either, so they put the file.
yeah, so you just put the
I think
file
that's
on.
the reason it's there.
Yeah, yeah. So there's nothing in there I really wish they had. I think for an all around multi tool, like for me, I don't typically carry a multi tool, but I like to have one in my truck. I like to have one in a backpack.
Yeah, this is going in a pack.
Yep.
And if it was, they do make a smaller one that has the pocket clip on there, and I do like the pocket clip if I'm going to carry it.
Yep.
So I might try that at some point.
Yep. That's why I said my initial thought is the one thing I wish it had was a pocket clip, and I would like a pocket clip on it, but whatever. It's all right. It works. Yeah, I think overall it's nice. We talked on the first one that years ago when multi tools first started to become popular, they were just called Leatherman because Leatherman made the one. It used to be Leatherman was the best one. Then you had Gerber, which was okay. Then you had a bunch of junk, and that was it. Everything was junk, and now, this thing was what, $25-$30.
Yeah, I think it was between there. I don't think it was quite 30 when we got it, but
yeah, I think it was like 27 or $28. And this is a very solid thing. I think it's well worth $30. Like I said, the Leatherman that I have, is like $80, and this thing is not quite as nice as that, but it's definitely not $50-$60 nicer. So
yeah, it's I've only owned one Leatherman and then one cheapo something that my mom got me as a gift that was in kind of a pack, and that thing, if you had to use the pliers on that, it was like sheet metal against your hand. Yep. It was not comfortable. This one's rounded and it's not thin metal, so no issues with it, hurting your hands or cutting you.
All right, I got one more complaint, and just because I happened to notice that we got some comments from our friends
YVY.
Joe, Brett, and Kevin, both wondering if the thing has a bottle can opener. It does. On the one side, we got just let me find my
Hang
dang
on.
camera.
Hang on.
You got just the one small tool on the inside that flops out nice, and that's your screwdriver or your hex bit. Again, it's got the nice little catch there, and it locks, so it's easy to grab. On the other side, you got all your other tools in, and it's not so easy to get them out, so you kind of have to mess with it. But yeah, there's a black tool with an all black background, not too good. We got a can opener, bottle opener.
Yeah, on the back side of that blade, that bottle opener, it's got a little finger stud, not a finger stud, but little, grease in there, so it makes it you can pull it
The
out.
thumbnail thing.
Yeah,
And then and then there's a pry bar / flathead that has the little catch on it, but they're
and a pretty usable mini scissors.
yeah. Yep, that's their thing. I didn't use the it's got a mini screwdriver as well, flathead for glasses. And then the scissors on it is actually pretty usable. So
And
I
then
did use that.
everything you pull out locks open, so you're not going to
Yep.
accidentally close it on yourself. And I
Yep.
don't know if you can show them where the lock is. There you go.
Yep.
Yes.
So it works out.
Yeah, I don't know. There's multi tools, Gerbers. You could get some Gerbers that are super nice.
Yeah.
You get some Gerbers on the bottom end that are pretty decent. They're all pretty decent.
I have a Gerber. Forgot to pull it out, but I've used it for 10, 12 years, and it's nice. It has the retractable pliers, so you have to sling the pliers out, open them up, and then on the inside you have to pull what attachment you want or what accessory you want, and then close the handle back, and use it, open it back up, fold it away, slide the pliers back in so it doesn't dig in your pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the last time we talked about that too, because I looked around. I swear I had that somewhere, but I used to have a Gerber back in the day, and that was the shining thing for the Gerbers because they had it where you slid the pliers out, and that way it left your outsides nice and rounded, so you had a little better grip on it. But it had the cool factor that Sam was pointing out that once you had it worked in, you just give a good flick like this, and it was like a switchblade. The pliers out right out.
And it's fun if you
that was my first one. My stepdad, he probably still carries it. He's probably had it for 40 years. But I liked it so much as a kid that he let me. He bought one for me.
Yeah.
And who knows what happened with it? I was probably 12, but it's long gone. But that was cool.
Yeah, it was right when this dates myself, right when multi-tools started coming out. And again, we just call them Leathermans because that was the brand. My one friend who was always the cool kid had the Leatherman first, and he kept it in his back pocket. And I can't remember what the whole deal was, but he was someplace where the sheriff's department were involved with. I can't remember if it was like an underage party or if he was at the fair or whatever. But anyways, they saw this thing, the outline of this thing in his pants, and they stopped him, and they made him slowly take it out and show it to him because they thought it was a butterfly knife. And that's the first thing. They took it out, and you just see a silver two-handled thing, and the cop goes, "Give me that! That's a butterfly knife, and they're illegal." It's like, no, it's not. It's a Leatherman. And at the time, the deputy didn't even know what a Leatherman was. It was like 1989.
Wow.
That was funny. So yeah, and there's other, besides Gerber, SOG makes some pretty nice ones nowadays too. They have like the Squirt that I've been tempted to get. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, so the good thing I would say, good set if you just want a pair, but if you're definitely wanting to put them in multiple packs or multiple vehicles, it's a more budget friendly
Yeah,
item to be able to afford to buy multiple
Mm-hmm.
instead of
yeah,
getting the name brands.
yeah. This thing, I would say, if you want a leather or a multi-tool, and you look at the price of Leatherman and some other ones, and you're like, I ain't paying $50, $90 for one of these. 25, $30 for one of these, you're going to be very happy. It's going to give everything you need.
Especially if it's like in a pack or in a
Yeah,
car, you know.
yeah,
Why spend 90 and just have it sitting in a glove box or in a console? And
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, if you're like me, who owns two Leathermen, I have one in a pack and I have one in my truck. Um, yeah, years ago, if I saw this instead and had one in my hands, I wouldn't have bought the Leatherman. Um, nothing to get. I mean, they're fantastic. I don't regret having them really. But yeah, the one was like 85, $90, and I hardly use it. Where I had this one for 25, $30, it'd be much better. And Greg, you make the best point. If you like these things and you like to have multiples where you keep one in the glove box of your truck, you keep one on you, you keep one in your garage, toolbox, whatever. Uh, you can have literally 3 or 4 of these for the price of one Leatherman. So if you want multiples, it's definitely the way to go.
Yep.
And if to play devil's advocate, if you really do like the Leatherman and you use them a lot, well, that's your everyday carry. That's the Leatherman Wave or Surge or whatever you have is on your hip all day, every day. You use it on the farm, you use it at work, you use it in the garage. Then you have 1 or 2 of these laying around just in case you left one on one end of the workbench and you got this on the other end.
Agreed.
yep.
Yep.
One thing to say about that, one of the videos we did with the Phoenix flashlight, I've been keeping it in my truck console, and on the armrest, and that magnet sticks to everything in there. So every time I pull it out, there's like my work key stuck to it, or it's a great idea having that magnet and be able to pop it wherever. But man, it catches a bunch of items.
Yep, that's where my Phoenix flashlight is in the console of my truck. I've got I got one of these Expedition utility pouch where I have
Just bought one myself.
I have a bunch of my you don't need to make me big.
I thought you were going to show it off.
No. This is I don't even know what's in this one. That's why not sure what.
Gotcha.
No, well, it isn't like.
Ladies and gentlemen, he keeps his rubberized mic holder.
No, it is a pack of GMRS radios.
Nice.
But I have a bag similar to this that I have in the truck that has multi-tools, some other tools, the flashlight, and some odds and ends, and that's where it lives, is right in my truck console. So
yeah, maybe I should try that instead of just dumping it in there. Everything I have, I have all kinds of stuff in there.
They're nice.
Maybe organize it with an organizer. So
that's what I do. That's kind of like a.
Which one is that, Shane? Is that the Pocket EDC or is that the bigger one?
It looks a little larger.
I don't have anything. Well, the Max.
Yeah, your Maxpedition.
Like, you're like, what is that? I'm like, what is what? I don't have anything. I don't know which one it is.
Okay.
Are you looking at the tag? SG/13. This model number. It's
yeah, Greg. I got one. I have it in my pack, and I absolutely love it.
I think I got a couple of these. I think it's their standard admin pouch size one.
Yeah.
But yeah, because the one in my truck, that might be subject for next month.
Yep.
This is just instead of doing gear, just show how stuff organized in the truck. But yeah, in that I have just your basic EDC stuff that you have in a truck, some tools, a notebook. I'm old, so a pair of cheaters, reading glasses if you're not from the Midwest.
Yeah, they're called that here.
Well, you're in the Midwest.
Yeah.
They call it here. They call them cheaters here too.
All right.
But yeah, I've got USB cables and knives and
a little battery pack.
Yeah.
Well, let's do that next month. Let's show us our organizing your crap, and Greg, you can take some notes and learn something.
Yeah, Norm actually picked up some organizing bags that he likes, so maybe he could get on and show them off.
There we go.
All right.
I was thinking either do that, or now that we're making the transition into winter, what you carry every day differently in the winter than summer. But since we typically go for an hour and a half, we can definitely cover both those topics.
Yeah.
Because we're only going about 20 minutes, and we beat this horse to death about the.
Or if there's any other topic the audience would like us.
That'd be a good topic, organizing stuff, or we can do that anytime.
It is the kind of the heyday for, gear right now. There's so much out there.
Yeah.
For pretty affordable prices. So.
Yep.
Like Norm, I think, kind of has the bug, and he's just been purchasing all kinds of stuff.
Oh my goodness, he is so fun to follow on the socials, because he's gotten into knives, and I don't know how he keeps the peace with the wife, because he goes off the deep end with whatever he gets. I guess he doesn't care because he shares that stuff online. But he decided to buy the Glock field knife. But he doesn't just buy one. No. He buys one in each color that they make. So he's got the black one, the green one, the gray one, the brown one. And then he got into, I can't remember the name. It's like an old school folder knife. It's got the roundish wood handle.
Yeah, the open L's or whatever.
Open L's, yeah. So he bought an open L, and then he went and he bought every size open L that they have, from the little tiny thing that's you almost need to be a child to open up, to that mammoth thing that you could probably fend off a black bear with the handle of it,
Mm-hmm.
He is fun.
Yeah, he gets into it.
Well, that's why for our ham radio friends, that's why he has 130 some CW keys.
Yeah, he already has more knives than I have, and I've been doing them. I've been collecting them for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, he goes all in. It's fun. He gets so excited. So, yeah, multi-tool. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a big multi-tool guy, but I use them quite a bit when I'm camping and stuff. Yep. That I don't know. Are you talking the Glock field knife or the open?
No, I think he's talking about the open. I can't remember which set he bought.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't think that Glock knife comes in multiple steel types. So, well,
No.
Brian, if he doesn't, he's probably going to see this, and he's going to. Yeah, thanks for confirming. Yeah, open L's. Those things are. I never had one of those. They look kind of cool, but
Yeah, they're kind of old school, and they kind of remind me of like the Mora knife, where they're functional, simple, and not overpriced. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, good utilitarian value to them. That could be another idea. Just have your brother go over those. So, yeah, I just keep saying there's not really much more to say about this thing. It's a sharp looking multi tool. The price is I still can't get used to working a camera. The price is right where it should be at. I really like it. The selection of tools is adequate. It's stout. It's not cheap. Doesn't feel like a piece of tin in your hand. It's cool. I don't know if I'll carry it that often, but
Nope, not gonna carry it.
sure.
But you
So
could, and if I suggest it comes with it comes with the sheath. You know, you can wear it, put it on your belt. That's the way to do it, I think.
yeah,
Especially, I think the people that really carry these are people that actually use them multiple times. You know what I mean? Kind of.
yeah, like
I don't have
where I
that
work,
job.
like where I work, all the maintenance guys.
Yeah.
I work in a manufacturing facility, and we have a whole. I think there's like 20 some guys on the maintenance cream that they're not. You think maintenance? They're not fixing the sinks and changing the light bulbs. They're working on plastic injection molding machines and automated packaging equipment and stuff. And every one of them has a Leatherman on their hip because they have their full on toolkits and toolboxes that they take out to work on stuff, but many times for them they're walking by something that needs a quick adjustment. They just grab their Leatherman and they're in and out of them all the time.
Yep.
Now they won't sit up and work on a project with just their Leatherman, but and obviously that's the whole point of these things. They're not supposed to replace your toolbox. They're just something handy to have for a quick fix.
Yeah, my work EDC is a box cutter, and we could, and there's so many varieties of those right now out there that are great. I just use the Cobalt ones.
Mm-hmm.
They're fantastic. Just push button, flip in, flip out. Folder, change the blades. They never broke one. I'm on my second one in probably 10 years. Yeah, see, he's got one.
Yeah, Derek, you're one of us.
Is he still on the road, or did he make it home?
I think he's still on the road. I don't know why you asking me. He's in the chat. Derek, you still on the road?
In the road?
In the road? On the road, my friend?
I was gonna say that's kind of a long message for typing it on your phone. So I'm glad he's home and not driving.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. All right, Sam.
Yes, sir.
I think you missed the episode when we decided to buy these, so you came in on the last one. Like, what'd you guys get? Did anything we see here convince you to want to get one of these, or you're like, nah, I'm good?
No, I throw one in the truck, and probably switch out the Gerber here in the pack. But yeah, it's a nice one.
Yeah. So you have one in your pack. Now you got like an EDC backpack that you bring with you around the.
Well, I'm building one, so yeah, I do. That's where I got that Maxpedition pack thing too. I got it stuffed in there.
Sure. Look, if you have, yeah, I don't know. In my opinion, if you already got one, it may not be worth to go out and buy this because it doesn't really have anything else doesn't have. But if you want another one,
Yeah, like you
if
said,
you want to keep one in the, if you want to keep one in your pack and one in the glove box of your truck, then yeah, I think you would not go wrong with one of these.
Exactly.
Yeah, building packs, they could get expensive.
Yeah.
It's fun though. I got packs, and I still have 2 packs that still have the tag on it. Like, build another one, you know?
Yeah.
Especially when you get the idea, like, hey, I got 2 kids now and a wife. You know, they need their own packs, which they're not interested at all. You know, but hey, they got one.
But Dad wants to build one.
I told Caleb, I was like, because Greg, you saw my pack when I brought it to hospital. Well, it was with the clothes and all that. It was very overpacked. So I told Caleb, was like, hey, you need to start. You need to start building the pack and put what you figure out if what you want, what you need. Use it for an overnight bag at one point, or and use it for EDC. So I'm working on that with him, but building this one out, that's first aid, and whatnot. Can't forget the dude wipes. Gotta have those.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm a big proponent of having some type of a kit with you, and it's kind of like for me the old school farmers and stuff. There was no prepping or EDC. It was just the way of life. Where if back in the 1980s, if you went into any of the Ford F-150s, single crew, single cabs, if you
pull the seat forward
and look behind there would be a ton of shit that every farmer, every backwoods guy had. They had a pair of boots back there, an extra flannel. They had jumper cables. They had the 4-way tire changer, even though they've always had the same lug size. They'd have road flares. They'd have stuff.
Oh, dude.
What we call now today prepping and EDC, that was just the shit that I have behind the seat of my truck.
16 years old. That 1974 C10. You opened up, you fold the seat forward. There's coveralls, jackets, like you said, extra pair of boots, jumper cables.
Yep.
4-way.
Yep.
All that.
Yeah, those old trucks had everything but headrests. So when you hit your head, you just hit the glass.
It's funny because I like this, I watch a lot of EDC stuff and everything, and you see guys that are setting up their trucks and stuff, and they'll have a 4-door full-size Dodge pickup or a Toyota or whatever your flavor, and they'll always say there's not much storage in these things. I'm like, it has 4 doors. What are you talking about, son?
Got 4 doors, a foldable back. You got storage underneath the seat. You got storage behind the seat. Tell me there ain't enough room.
Yep.
put a toolbox in the back. It's all kinds of
You could EDC a AR-15 behind the back seat of my Tacoma.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Derek brought up gun racks. Yeah. I remember my dad, he was the smart one. He put his gun rack behind the seat and not up in the window. So that way, because typically this time of the year in the fall, that's another thing, this time of the year in the fall in the backcountry, everyone had their 12 gauge back there with some bird shot just in case you see a grouse on the side of the road. So, that's one thing I like to highlight when people pick on me for prepping and EDC is like, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just doing what my grandparents used to do and my dad did, but in a little more organized and tactical guy way, where instead of just having a bunch of shit thrown behind the seat of your truck, you got it in a nice pack. So you can find everything and you're not throwing stuff around and you can move it around.
Yeah, you don't need a rifle rack anymore because your rifle just folds in half and you just pull it out and flip it up and you're ready to go.
Oh, Derek's one of us. Every rifle that came up growing up had a spot of bluing worn off where the barrel was polished by the rack. Yeah. Well, and I remember, a lot of the farm trucks and stuff, they'd have like a 30-06 in the back all the time, just in case they're driving across the fields and they see a coyote or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there. Kevin knows it. Sometimes they had a fuel tank behind the seat. Fuel cap next to the driver's door.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah. I remember. Oh, yeah. I know a lot of had like a 100-gallon tank for diesel and stuff that they'd have in the bed, right where a toolbox would be. But
I had a guy in high school that he ran his truck off of natural gas or propane and had this huge tank in the bed.
Really?
I don't know if you remember that. It was it was like a converted Ford, old 80s.
And they did that because of how carburetors, you get to a certain angle, the fuel's not getting in the carburetor. Well, with the propane and whatnot, you could take the truck and turn it upside down and it still run. That's
sure, because it's not getting gravity fed. It's
sure. Yeah, it's that was the advantages of that. So like if you go rock crawling or whatnot, your truck's sitting like this, and the fuel's still getting to the motor instead of it leaking, staying in the gas tank.
No, but that's another idea. Is a video on? Yeah, I think we can do that on packs and stuff. Getting stuff organized, or like I said, like an EDC pack or whatever, or like how we have stuff in our truck. But yeah.
Here's my newest purchase. Bought one for my vehicle. My wife's is jumper pack for a vehicle. They're no longer the tall coolant jug. It's a small.
Oh wow!
Jumper pack, and it's got your cables there.
Sure.
And I got that because I guess it's getting a little colder outside, and apparently, I used to have 3 sets of jumper cables.
All right, mark that down for next month. We'll talk about that for EDC considerations for wintertime.
Yeah, but it was last Monday. I went to get up for work, and leaving truck, like, battery was fine the day before. Nothing,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like, not enough to start.
Yeah.
And my jumper cables were in the other truck. I go in there, and it wouldn't. I could. The battery was dead in that. I like the issue with my other truck is when I bought it years ago. Um, the ignition was rekeyed,
Sure.
so the key I have for it won't unlock the door. It just starts the truck. So I just, you have the key fob.
Yep.
But the battery died in that truck too. I think it was because the cold weather came and
Sure.
it's the end of life. And finally got the door unlocked to get the jumper cables out.
Mm-hmm.
Jumped it off my wife's car, and I'm like, so I ordered a couple pairs of jumper cables for the vehicles and
Yep.
2 of these for my truck and my wife's truck.
All right. Yeah, I want to take a good look at that because I want to get one of those for my Jeep. Mainly because I have a 2022 Toyota pickup, and then the last vehicle or two before that were all pretty new and modern. And my Jeep I bought a few years ago. Oh, quite a few years ago now, just because it's fun. It's an old rust bucket. It is a 1998 TJ, rusted out. It's got all your slop in the steering wheel, all the things that make a Jeep completely dangerous but outrageously fun. But it's still built from the time before all the things I gotten used to. It cracks me up where I'll drive it in the winter once in a while, and I'll be like, man, this thing's getting hot in here. What's going on? And I was like, oh yeah, that's because I don't set the temperature to 70 degrees. I just have a slider of hot and cold, and I gotta adjust it all the time. And the one thing I've gotten so used to is the automatic headlights. I just, especially this time of the year, I get up, it's dark, I drive to work, and I go in. And this time of the year, it happened to me twice last year. Is I drove the Jeep in, got out, and forgot that in 1998 you had to turn off your headlights on your own, or else the headlights will turn themselves off when they deplete your battery. So there's been 2 times I came out and my truck wouldn't start and I had to get a jump. So
Yeah,
I
and
know sooner or
jump,
later I'm going to do that when I go out hunting
Yeah.
or fishing, and I'm going to be by myself, and there's going to be nobody
Yeah,
to jump me. So
exactly. You have to have somebody to jump you. You have to be at home with another vehicle or
Yep.
be in a
So
parking lot where there's other people.
So I definitely going to have to get that for something like that for the Jeep, because one of these times I'm going to go out for do a little bird hunting or fishing or just a good old fashioned backpack trip, and I'm going to come back and my truck won't start, and I'm going to be out in the middle of nowhere. I've had this up for a while. I wanted Greg to finish his story, and I had that, but Brian points out that they used to use those tanks in the back of the bed to bootleg Roundup from Canada back in the day. That reminded me of back in the day when I used to go on fishing trips to Canada with my grandpa and my dad and their friends. We did the reverse, where we used to bootleg alcohol into Canada. Because you had to pay the tariffs and stuff if you brought an extra bottle of whiskey or too much beer with you, and they're too cheap to buy it in Canada. But I also think they did it just for the adventure, because that was like pre-19, pre-1911, pre-911 days, where you wouldn't get in too much trouble. We always used to sneak booze across the border, and one of the favorite things for them to do is they'd save a bunch of plastic oil jugs, wash them out really good, and then fill them up with whiskey or gin. So that way you go across the border and it's like, no, I got, like a full case of oil with me just in case I need it, but it is their whiskey and, and Jen. And I remember we got, I was little. I didn't even know what they're doing at the time. You know, I was like 8 years old. And we get to the resort, and we're met by the resort owner and his kid who was about my age or whatever. And we're loading stuff into our cabin. My dad's friend, as we're talking, we're at the picnic table. He takes out a glass, he puts some ice in it, and he grabs a jug of Pennzoil, opens it up, and he starts pouring it in there. And the resort owner's kid goes, "Look what he's putting in his drink!" And the resort owner knows. He goes, "His drink, he can drink whatever he wants." Derek, you made it. How you doing, bud?
Good. How you doing?
Oh, we're just chewing the fat now.
That was a long day.
For you?
Yeah. Yeah, it was just north, probably, I want to say it was probably about 540 miles.
Oh,
We don't get to see Derek too much on video anymore, but
No.
he's got this fancy hairdo now instead of the military cut that he used to do, like the best. It's looking sharp, man. Looking
Yeah,
good.
the worst part of it is I can see more gray in my hair now, so I don't know how much I like that. That's actually I'm test growing the beard back to see what's gray in it now.
yeah, I'm doing my annual. You know, I'm never clean shaven, but I keep it to just like a 5 o'clock shadow from first day of spring to the first day of fall. But then from fall until spring, I grow everything out. And this year is like, yep, there's a lot more gray in there than it was last year.
Yeah.
Sam's been whitewashing his.
Yeah.
Yeah, I swear mine happened in like 2 months. Like it wasn't like it don't seem like it was a slow process for me.
No, you brought that up a while ago, where you says like the first time we did a YouTube video together, my beard was like black, and that was like only a couple of years ago. I'm like, what? And I went and I looked. It's like, oh yeah, you're right. It went from dark brown black to Santa Claus almost. And
Yeah, it just went like it started underneath. Like I just had a patch underneath, and then it just I don't know.
Just like creeping Charlie or crabgrass, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, my beard was always brown and like red. You know, I somehow had a red beard.
Yep.
Just turned. Be right back. Hit the restroom, grab my last beer.
All right.
Now that reminds me, I didn't even bring a water out with me.
So, if anybody here or at home wants to set up a green screen so you can have Shaq and Greg's background, here's your opportunity to take a quick screenshot of your computer monitor at this time.
With the Greg KD9MUG label included for free.
Yes. Limited time offer. If I knew a way to... Yeah.
Where's Norm?
We don't know.
MIA.
We were wondering that earlier. You know, for those that are just tuning in, we typically do it when we do these EDC videos. We do a two-parter where on the first one, I'll unbox whatever we decided to get live, and we'll talk about it. You know, do a first impressions and then just BS like we're doing now. And then 30 days later, we'll do this follow-up and talk about what we thought about it. Well, Norm somehow got a month ahead of everybody else, and he thought the first one was going to be the full month review, so he bought one, carried it for a month, had notes of everything he wanted to talk about, all excited. We start the stream, and then he was like, oh, I'm so excited to talk about this stuff. Now I got to wait another 30 days. So Maybe he's mad and just said, "Screw you guys. I'm not going to give you all my juicy details and thoughts on it."
Or as I already gave you my thoughts, don't need to do this. You know, he thought we were doing that last time. So
Yep. So
he's like, oh, because he ordered it that night.
Yeah.
And off Amazon, he literally gets stuff within like 8 hours. So there's stuff he can order early enough. It still might come that day, or it'll come the next day. It's insane.
All right, so we talked about it and planned it, and then he literally had it the next day, and the way he goes, and then you and me is like, well, I ain't even gonna order it yet because that'll be a.
Yeah, I ordered mine, but took a little bit to get there.
And I ended up ordering 2 of them because, like we said in the first one, is when I was getting ready to set things up, I was gonna take the box out and get a nice little thumbnail set up, and I couldn't find it, so.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I'm a little faster. Oh. I was just going to ask him something, but he decided to turn his camera off.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was cleaning it. It kind of looked like shit, but I think it's just
no, that's just you.
But you were getting ready to ask what now?
I can't remember. I was going to ask you a question, then you turned away, and then you came back, and I had a smart-ass comment, and now I'm laughing, and I can't remember what I was going to say. It's like instant karma, isn't it?
I was going to ask him if he's going to have any good planned hunting trips coming up. You got anything in season?
Tomorrow's the last day of elk season.
Tomorrow is?
Yeah.
Did you get to go?
So I went last Sunday, and I'm going to go tomorrow. Took the day off. So I'm going to go do that, hunt with the old man, and try. That's all I can say. It's never a given, but try. The weather's been super shitty here.
Rainy?
Oh, man, it's like monsoon season. Like the southern part of the state's like up around 200% moisture content in the soil right now. And up here in my area is like 120%.
So squishy when you walk.
Yeah, and there's mudslides over the roads, and roads are washing out.
Huh.
So, like being in a mountain desert that shouldn't get that much rain.
And then in the mountain deserts, it doesn't take much rain to make things really bad because it's that soil just ain't set up to take a lot of rain out.
Yeah, a lot of our soil's a fair amount of clay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you get a little bit of water and immediately it just goes to the top.
Yep. And then it's slippery.
That was, I think, driving home today, because I was driving home from southern Utah. And driving home, I maybe got 80 miles, I don't know, over 500 without my windshield wipers going. And a fair amount of that time was on high.
So you were in Utah the whole time?
Yeah.
That just blows my mind. You're like, what did you say, like 500 miles drive tomorrow or whatever?
Well, so today was kind of an anomaly because I went partway yesterday. I went down to central Utah and then stayed the night, and it put me within 2 hours. So I hurried and jumped up and ran down the rest of the way this morning. And so it was 130 miles I drove this morning, and then it's roughly about 400 coming home.
Oh. Well, Greg, you get amazed by the mileage, but you know, Indiana, it's like narrow, but it's long. So you can drive a long ways going north and south. It's just going east and west is.
Yeah, I just never really drive it much. Which it's crazy too when I go up to see you, and you look on the map, it's like Indiana, Wisconsin, no big deal, 12 hours. I can make it to the ocean. I can make it to the Gulf of America less time than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I look at it trying to come see you guys, and it's 18 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta do it though.
I think we gotta plan a trip like in the western side of the Dakotas.
Or maybe it's Huntsville next year, and then we just head out closer towards the middle of everybody on the way back and spend a few days.
Oh, I'm stretching out my time away from work just going to Huntsville.
Yeah.
But maybe no, seriously, for us, if I think we look at the map, if like the Black Hills region of the western South Dakota, I think that's the Black Hills, or is that right in the middle? Well, it's like on the western edge of South Dakota would be almost halfway between for all of us.
Yep, never been. Sounds like a good place.
No, Derek was he was trying to talk me into heading out in his area for a while, and he was showing me all the summits on the air summits and parks on the air parks by his house that are within, an hour's drive in any direction. And I'm like, dude, I might not be able to ever come back.
Yeah, it's one thing I've never done is check out the summits around here. I'm not sure if there's anything close. I'm sure there are.
Yeah, in Indiana, you don't got much. I think you got like a half dozen.
What'd you say, Derek?
I said, do you guys want a 4-year-old?
I don't know. Does she cut grass?
No.
Okay, no, probably not.
She'll piss all over your floors. Why?
No, I got enough of that.
Oh, yeah.
Joys of parenthood.
Yeah, I got a 15-year-old son. He's like raising an old cat. Doesn't need anything. My daughter's like raising 2 wild dogs. You know what I mean? Like it's totally opposite. We decided we're not redoing our floors. We're not buying any new furniture until probably 3 more years when she's at an age where she's not going to tear shit up, because that's what she does. What we got there? Summits?
Yep, summits.
Them in. Let's see them.
You got like 3 of them.
That's it?
That's it.
Or you go 4 if you go down south of Louisville.
Where are those in Indiana, those 2? Okay, see where it says Salem? That's I'm between Salem and Bedford, so what is that park? What is that summit there?
Washington County High Point. And then over here, Jackson County High Point.
Yeah, that's like Seymour area, Jackson County.
It looks like it's in a state forest. So, it's in the Washington. Yeah, so that's looks like it's got some hiking trails. So that's what we call a SPOTA. Parks on the air, summits on the air.
It's good to know. It's where I push the bodies off.
Washington County High Point. That looks like it's.
Another one, wouldn't it?
I wonder where that is. I know where that road is right there.
Fire Tower Road.
But is that zoom in? Is that off a trail? Because there's a big trail here in Indiana. It's called the Knobstone Trail.
Yeah. No, this looks like they got a fire tower on top of the.
You can drive up there.
Yep. You could drive up that. You can get two of them one day, my friend. So yeah, you
Smoke. We call that a smoker accessible soda.
you got a knob here, right by Radcliffe.
What's that one closer to Indiana and Kentucky? The one further, right there. No. Go up. See where it says Louisville? Yeah. See that green dot right there?
That one?
Yeah. So Corden, that's where my dad. That's about an hour from me. What's that say? It's too small for me.
Greenbrier Knob. And it looks like it's in Harrison Crawford State Forest. Ooh, looks like
That's a bushwhack one, it looks like.
Looks like a bushwhack one, but it's been activated 38 times, so that's a good sign. If it's been activated a bunch of times, it can't be that hard. Trail on top. So yeah, there's okay, so yeah, there's a couple routes you can download.
Okay. That'll be cool. I should think about that. Yep. My wife loves hiking, and I'll make her hike up the radio. She
make her take the battery.
Yeah. Hey, we're taking this marine battery.
Your legs are going to be burning.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I gotta do more summits on the air. That's a lot of fun. It's a little more involved in parks on the air, but
you haven't done it a whole lot this year, have you?
Well,
I haven't done any this year.
Here's the invention. I just came up with it. You're hiking, doing summits or POTA or whatever, but you're doing on the trail. Hiking stick, antenna mast.
There you go.
All right. Delete this off the stream so nobody else gets the idea.
You heard it here first.
Unalive it.
Yeah. This is going to happen.
All right.
It's a good idea, right, Derek?
I think so.
One of the best ideas you've had yet.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's almost as good as that double-sided flashlight. Like, why do you need two sides? I don't know. A friend coming over? I don't know.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. All right. My last Summits on the Air activation was when I did my 46 climbs thing last year, 2024, Carlton Peak.
So you've been over a year.
Yep, been way over a year since I've done Summits on the Air. Before that, I was at some place called Montsano. I have no idea where that is. Yeah, I've been a lot. But down here on September 13th, 2020 was the first time I ever did anything on HF. First time I pressed the mic on HF, I did a Summits on the Air activation.
Wow.
No shit.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Freaked me out when I realized that because I bought that Zagu 5105.
Yeah. Where's that?
Yeah, I don't know where it is, actually. I really don't. I turned it on like a few days before I was my friends that have the hobby farm that I watch for when they're gone. I was over there. I set up the radio in their yard. I turned it on, and I just dialed around and I listened to a few plays. I didn't even plug the microphone into it. I'm like, okay, that's pretty easy to use. And then that weekend, I went and did my Summits on the Air, and I got out. And everything I learned was from watching YouTube. So I got up there. I got a spot out. Like what CQ soda, and it dawned on me, is like, this is the first time I've ever talked on HF. And I'm calling CQ for someone's on the air. This is stupid.
Yeah,
If you notice, I had contact.
Nerve-wracking.
Yeah, so it was luckily it was like 2020, so it's at the bottom of the solar cycle, so there was a whole lot of things. I'm on a 5-watt rig, so not a lot of power. And so I called CQ for about a minute, and I got 2 people right away. And that freaked me out. It was like, oh my God, this is a pileup. But it was just boom, boom, boom. Then I called CQ for a few minutes. I got one more guy. I called CQ for 2 or 3 more times. I got another guy, and then I'm like, I'm turning it off. I'm done, because I was just terrified to get a. You watch the videos from, the soda guys like Adam. Was it K6 ARK and Jerry and other guys where they get this massive pileup? I was like, I ain't ready for that. I got 4. That's all I need. I'm done. I'm out of here. I didn't say QRT or anything. I just turned the radio off.
You give them the Irish goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My first activation, I did. My first HF use and an activation, I gave the Irish goodbye.
Yeah, it's a rough one to start with. Mine was just searching the frequencies, listening to somebody calling CQ and talking.
Yep.
But talking 2 meters, I was doing that all the time. So it was, I was probably a year, just right about a year before when I went from technician to general.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that was. I've told the story before. Is I only wanted to be a technician. I just wanted radio at home or radio in my truck, and I can talk to the local repeaters and stuff. But being in my 40s at the time and studying for it, and I'm like looking into it, and it's like, since I'm in study mode and I'm starting to remember this stuff, the amount I gotta learn to go from tech to general isn't that much. And if I put it away and come back to it a few years later, it's going to be starting from scratch. So since I'm in study mode, let's just do it. So I took the tech in general at the same time with no intention of ever really doing anything with HF. I thought it was cool, but I just didn't want to do the time. And then I stumbled across some hiking videos where Jerry was doing soda, and I was like, okay, that looks like a lot of fun. So then I went and bought that Zegu, and next thing I know, I hardly mess with 2 meters at all. I just like doing the HF stuff.
Yep.
I think in the years I've been licensed, I've talked to one person on the local repeater.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
Oh.
But thousands of people on HF, but
yeah,
not I think 4,000 or 5,000 on HF, and then one local repeater. Out of anything, the local repeater is what intimidates me.
Huh. I haven't done much with the local repeaters lately because it just got routine, because there's the same 3 or 4 people on each repeater having the same 3 or 4 conversations, and it just, I don't know. But
yeah, the
you say stuff like that, but it's like, well, maybe if I become the 5th or 6th person on there and bring up 2 or 3 more things to talk about, then it'll be, we'll
shift gears a little bit.
Yeah. But there's around me, there's a few repeaters that you don't hear anything on it at all, except for during the weekly net where you get 2 dozen people on, and then you don't hear any of them again for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
And then there's one repeater that's pretty heavily used where you get it, but it's, I don't know, I typically just listen to the conversation and don't join in because it's, I don't know.
That's this area. We've got one, like the local club repeaters up around 8,600 feet. So it's what 20. Oh shit! Now I got a math. 2,400 feet higher than us right now.
Oh wow!
And then, yeah. But it goes. It's got a pretty good reach to it. But then there's another one that's straight north of me, not kind of northeast, but straight north of me, and it's up over 10,000 feet, and it's linked into part of the statewide, kind of a statewide system.
Sure.
Like its network covers around 70% of the state, and
sure.
so you always hear people from central Utah on it.
All right.
And like there's a couple that they are some older folks that they're out. I mean, they're old enough to be retired. Let me put it that way. But
hey, Shane's almost that old. No, I'm just teasing.
ooh, that's what he thinks about that. Hope he didn't leave because neither one of us know how to end this son of a bitch.
Yeah, well, let's keep it on. This be our empty chair.
Yeah. But no, you can hear there's a older or some retirees on there that they go out walking every morning and talk to each other, and it's kind of cool.
How did I do that? I hit the wrong button.
I thought you meant that.
I think I banished myself to the green room somehow. But I'm like, I'm still here. I'm like, wait, no, I'm not. Where did I go? How did I do that? All right. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. I don't know what I'm doing.
So I was going to tell
the best VHF contacts I've had when I first got on. You know,
I'll be right back. I'm going to grab a nightcap.
Sure. There was 3 guys from that club, and they would get off around the same time when I was getting off, and you know, it was good communication. You know, not that way, not that getting off work.
Thanks for the clarification.
And so that was fun, and then COVID kind of messed up everything with that. You know what I mean? Like some were working from home, some were going in half the time, so that kind of killed the fun time repeater around, you know, 5:30 in the afternoon. And but the best communication is just traveling. You know, that first year we went to Huntsville, and I was with Evan, just keeping the radio on, you know, 520, you know, having aviation contact. You know, somebody's in a plane with a Baofeng HT talking to them. That was cool.
Yep. Really?
Yeah. I remember driving to Florida, and I just had HT connected to a Meg mount, and got stuck in traffic, and I was heated. You know what I mean? Like I hate traffic, and it was a long wait, and then trying to detour and figure out how to do it. And the guy came across the radio, talked to him, and ended up side by side. That was kind of cool. You know, we talked for an hour and a half down in Alabama, but it actually like just helped. It just helped, you know, instead of focusing on traffic, I was talking to some guy, you know, driving down the road.
Attention to the road. I'm talking to a stranger.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. So that's always fun. And then
so how regular do you take an HT and do that while you travel?
I have a mobile in my truck, but that was when I was in my wife's truck, so I just mag mount it and take an HT, talk with that usually. But if it's in my truck, it's always there. But I always have an HT in my truck and my mobile rig. But in my wife's truck, I just keep one HT in there. Not even an antenna, but I just took mine. And then
the reason I'm asking is I'm just curious what your % success rate is on going down the road. of you contact somebody just by cruising 5.2?
It's not very much, but I'm not throwing out my call sign much. I'm kind of listening to see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
If you know, and when I was in that traffic jam, I threw it out because I was, trying to focus on something else. But 5.2, normally what I'm hearing is people locally when I'm driving past. I only usually hear one end of the conversation because it's just local people talking, and I'm hearing one end. But yeah, it's not fantastic.
Because like 2 weekends ago, we had the Wisconsin camp out, Hammerhill camp out, and it's halfway across the state from me. And I drove, the whole way down there on 5.2, and I didn't hear anything. But never once did I throw out my call. So I should have done that like every time I came near a town on the freeway or something like that, to throw my call out, or anytime I came near a truck stop or something where you think there'd be a concentration of people.
Or maybe when you pass somebody that has a couple antennas on top of the truck.
Yeah, I didn't really notice that, but yeah, that's a good thing too. Or anytime where you drive around and you notice an antenna. So I think that's you hear me say that a lot with repeaters. Everyone goes, "Oh man, I my repeater's always dead. Nobody's on it." And I'm like, "Well, you're listening to it. Nobody's on it. Why don't you throw your call sign out?" Got to do the same thing with 5.2.
Yeah, and I'm guilty of that myself, because I was looking at it today, and just for work, in the last couple of years, I've driven 80,000 miles,
Mm-hmm.
and I've heard 5.2 light up once.
And was it somebody locally talking to somebody else, or was it?
Yeah, it was people going up I-15 traveling together.
I heard traffic today on 5.2 for the first time in a long time on my way home. And it happened to be two hams that were pretty close to each other. One just got a new base station, so he was testing out the power settings and everything. So they wanted to do it on simplex and not do it on the repeater because that'll defeat the purpose. So they were messing around. And and I was listening to him for a good, I'd say 10, 12 miles. Both of them were pegging the meter the whole time. So I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I do like, if you're not like just, you throw your call sign out on there to talk to anybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
89 MEG, listening or monitoring, whatever. But you could just say testing.
Yep.
And somebody comes in, sounds good. And if you don't want to talk to them, be like, all right, thanks for the test. 73,
Yep.
Have a good one.
Yep.
Like,
and I mentioned this last night on the Clubhouse. I can't remember Clubhouse, the conversation bounces around crazy, but there's one guy on one of the main repeaters out of the Twin Cities. I listen to it a lot because it has a great transmit site, and they're like 600 watts. But what makes that repeater system really cool is they have about a dozen receive sites, and that tie into a voting system. So it has ears all over the place. And then with that powerful, it's a great system. So it's pretty popular. But there's this one, and the guy, he's a ham. He's like us. We're all a little bit of the tism and very smart, but sometimes not all there, And I'm talking to him. He's like, "Hey, I want to do some. I'm talking to you on a handheld. I just got it, and normally I'm on my mobile that I have in the garage. Since you got some time, if you got some time, you want to do some power testing with me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got a few minutes. Go ahead." And he's like, "All right, I'm at 5 watts." I'm like, "Yep, you're coming in just fine." And he goes back, "Okay, I have it on low power. How am I doing?" I go, "Yep, you're coming in full quieting." He goes, "Well, what's my signal report?" And I said to him, you're coming in full quieting. I can't give you a signal report. He goes, well, what? Your radio doesn't have an S meter? I go, yeah, it does, but I'm getting the repeater. I'm not getting you. Well, whatever you're getting is me. I'm like, no, I'm getting, and this guy is like he's on there quite a bit. He ain't new to the hobby. He's been a ham for 40 some years. He's an extra. So it's like he should know how repeaters work. So I didn't want to be me and be an ass about it and say it that way. But I'm like, no, I can't get your signal. I'm only getting the signal from the repeater. I'd have to be at the receive site to give you. He's like, no, I turned my power down, so the signal should be lower. And I'm like, it is like, all right, cut bait. All right, I've reached my destination. I gotta get going. You have a good day, KD9 and JJ. I'll be clearing your final.
See, I'd have been an asshole, and I'd have told him the signal was neg 82. They're like, oh, you want your signal off the repeater? It's neg 82. Because the noise floor is sitting at neg 116 right now. Figure it out, asshole.
What's that drink in that glass, Shane?
Maker's Mark.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
That's if one day
that is top shelf. It's top shelf, middle shelf whiskey. You know,
when I can afford to have Makers as my, go-to, like mixer, shooter, whatever. That's when you made it. You know what I mean?
Yep. Like it's upper middle class whiskey. It's,
Greg hit 3 Powerball numbers.
Okay. I'm in the $30 range for a bottle of bourbon, and up around here, Maker's Mark is like 40, 42 bucks. So yeah, it ain't bad, but it's an every once in a while.
I buy my bourbon by the half gallon.
Yeah.
So, this has kind of been my benchmark, distilled and aged at Buffalo Trace Distillery. It is, they have different types.
Sure.
This is $20 bottle.
Oh yeah.
And it's you could drink out of a glass. It's good enough, right?
Yep.
It's not a Buffalo Trace, but
yep. Buffalo Trace. I think that's right where it's at. I mean, it's not expensive. It's so good. It's just every once in a while it's hard to find, like most of the time.
Yeah.
Speaking of Buffalo Trace and benchmark and stuff, and the ham radio camp out, the state park we went at is just kind of like in the middle of nowhere. And it's funny because right on the very border of the state park, there's a private campground and a little convenience store. So I'm coming in there, and of course I stop in at the little convenience store gas station and get some last minute stuff because I didn't pack everything, And I walked in, and they got like a little liquor store area in the back, and they had a nice display. I'm like, oh, they got some whiskeys in there. Let's go check it out. And I was looking for Buffalo Trace. I didn't see it because there's only one place in my area that sells it, and they're out. I've told you guys before where they get like a case at a time, and they'll have it on the shelf, and then all of a sudden it's gone, and you don't see it for 3, 4, 5 months, and then it's there again. So I got in the habit of whenever it's there, I'll grab 2 bottles, and the next time I'm there, whether I need one or not, I grab a bottle, and that way I'm always in supply. They didn't have that there, but they had Angel's Envy, which I've always wanted to try.
I've never tried it. I've seen it, but
it's a little more expensive than I like to buy, but the bottle caught my eye, and I'm like, I'm camping, might as well. So I bought it, and the stuff was pretty good. But when I got to the campground, one of the guys I got to know for the past few years, he's into bourbon, and he goes, hey, did you see that they had Eagle Rare at that gas station? I'm like, no, I didn't. And he goes, yeah, they have it marked up a little bit. It was like $105 a bottle.
I wouldn't buy it.
Yeah.
Uh,
He goes, they have it a little high, but it's still Eagle Rare. And it's like, $105. And I started thinking, it's like, I've always heard how great Eagle Rare is. I've never seen it anywhere. That's a lot of money for a bottle of whiskey, but should I splurge? And I'm like, no, I can't I can't do it. I can't do it. I just bought an expensive bottle of whiskey because Angel's Envy, I think it was like a $65 bottle or something like that. I'm like, I already spent twice as much money as I normally do. I ain't going to double down and drop a C note on it,
Yeah, they have that at Sam's Club over here. I'm close. I'm pretty close to Kentucky, but I don't know if that helps the supply or not. But yeah, the first or second Huntsville I went to, Tank Radio had a bottle of Eagle Rare, and I had a swig, and it was fine. I wasn't impressed.
Yep, and that's where my tangent's on a tangent with Mike, my friend that was the whiskey guy. He did get it, and then when we had the potluck dinner on Sunday, he put the bottle on the picnic table and said, "Hey, if anybody wants some, try some." So I tried some, and it's like, I'm glad I didn't go back and spend $100 for it because I don't think it's good, but it wasn't $100 good. And I'm like, I'll stick to the Buffalo Trace.
Yeah, I know. Like people like Four Roses, right?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's kind of one.
Yep. And
I was kind of jealous. Like a month ago, my brother Dan, his liquor store down the road, had a special. It was a limit of 2 bottles, but you could get a fifth. Four Roses. It was like $12.
Oh wow, yeah.
Limited 2, and he bought 2, drank it. He was off like Wednesday, Thursday. Drank one Wednesday, drank that one Thursday. Because we like Millers like to drink, and Dan's a pro.
Yeah,
guns.
Yeah, you guys are.
That's no joke. It was gone in 2 days. 2 bottles in 2 days. And
well, the first time I camped out with you and Norm when we met in Iowa, it was like, oh boy, these boys can. Yeah, we woke up in the morning and you guys were just like, all right, let's get some coffee going. Let's get some breakfast. Shane, you want some eggs? I'm like, I don't know if I can have any. My tummy's a little funny right now. Just give me one egg. Let me see how it goes. Oh, but Mike, like I said, Mike bought a bottle of it, and I was like, it's not bad, but it ain't $100 good. Which brings me to the point where if there is a whiskey that I thought was so good that paying $100 would be worth it, I wouldn't dare drink it because I go broke.
Yeah.
Give me the $20, $30 stuff that I think is really good.
Well, it makes me wonder if it falls along the same lines of that you can get so much vested into it that you're going off the satire of namesake.
Mm-hmm.
And I know if anybody watches this later, I'm going to make some enemies, but let me start off by fuck you.
Well, first off, nobody's watching it now. Nobody's going to be watching it later. That's just say what you want to say.
But no, it makes me wonder if there's that price breakover point to where you're just spending money to spend money.
Yeah, diminishing returns, I believe that's the technical term.
Yeah.
Well, it's the worst thing that ever happened to bourbon was it got hip. Because I drink bourbon.
Ruin everything.
I drink bourbon before it was cool. And like I said, Buffalo Trace was around, and I was getting it for like $13.99 for a bottle, a fifth. You know,
Yep.
$750.
Then all the hipsters started having tasting videos on YouTube, and
yeah, and it just went nuts. They used to have like, you know, Knob Creek was around, and then you know, you step it up to like the Bakers, made by the same people, but that was kind of like the better than Knob Creek at Baker.
Yep.
And I remember I was paid $35. Like that was a big deal.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm buying it. You know, now that bottle's $60.
Yep. Yeah, Knob Creek's another one that I like, but it's
Woodford Reserve I could get under $20 a bottle at the time. Old Forester was my go-to. Half gallon Old Forester. I could get it under $20 for a half gallon of Old Forester. I can't get a fifth under $20 now. That was my mixer. I was mixing it with fucking Diet Coke or, you know what I mean, 7-Up, whatever.
What about your Old Crow?
Oh, it's still $12.99. It's a good one. See, it went up to $13.99 CVS. That's normally what I get. You know, I like to stretch my drinking dollars.
Yeah,
it's efficiency.
Yeah. But when I actually went up to see Shane, I stopped at a gas station and they had a bottle of Old Crow. It was a fifth, and it was like $20 for the fifth, but it was in a glass bottle. I'm like, I've only seen Old Crow around here in a plastic bottle.
Well, we're plastic up here in Wisconsin.
They're getting fancy.
Even our rock gut whiskeys in glass.
Oh yeah, I like the plastic.
If you get to plastic, you're at ancient age.
Oh, well, there was something I bought. Shit, this is probably like 6 months ago, and I was talking to my brother Dan on Skype or whatever. I'm like, look at this bottle I got. Dropped it. Like, holy crap. What about
Yeah, like our first camping trip in Iowa. When I brought the little or Old Smoky or wherever it is.
Yeah,
the
habanero.
Big
ol' I made it 3 steps from my car and broke it on the sidewalk. And your brother's like, "What the fuck?"
It's a good thing I had that Bird Dog Blackberry.
Yeah.
Like we drank on that for a while.
That was also the trip where we did Fireball on the air. So
that was good. That was fun.
Yeah.
I always remember that one.
Yeah, I remember doing our Parks on the Air activation from the deck of the cabin. And it was Fireball on the air because we drink a shot of Fireball every time we got park to park.
Oh God.
We talked to Derek that night.
Yeah, we talked to Derek that night. You came in with your old call.
What was the old call? It was like WD4. What was it?
W7DMW.
Yeah.
Yep, you came in and we're passing the mic in between, and we take turns calling CQ. So I was first, and I got the call with you, and got your call sign, and we're logging on Hammers. Your name comes up with Utah, doesn't even click with me. I hand the mic over to Greg, and Greg's like, "Derek, how you doing, bud?" And I'm like, "Derek." Yeah, I'm like, oh, I feel like you know that. Norm actually got up out of the cabin, whatever he was doing, and came over to talk to Derek.
Oh, yeah.
And Norm was he's always making a fire.
Yeah.
That's what Norm did the whole time. Huntsville, he's just trying to make a fire. He's a pyro.
He's getting in touch with his caveman.
It's like, Norm, we're spending $12 for this little stack of wood at the gas station. You know, like we don't need to have a fire at 1:00 in the afternoon. You know, let's wait till nighttime.
Yeah, that's what he was doing at Iowa. It was literally 1:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start a fire. And we're like,
it's 90 degrees, Norm.
It's a full sunny day, bluebird day. It's 80 degrees. And you're gonna start a fire. Let's wait for a little while. Yeah, that was a great time. That was so much fun.
Oh yeah, and that morning, you know, you left the afternoon and we left the next morning, and it stormed and stormed, like downpoured rain. And I'm just laying there, got all my stuff packed. I'm like, I need to get out of here, but it is so wet out there. I'm just going to get soaked. So I think it took me like 2 hours till the rain calmed down enough. Didn't stop raining, but enough where I could just take my gear out, chuck it in the truck, and head out.
Wait, turn the camera back a little bit. We am big in you. Turn the camera back the other way. We're trying to see what's in that bottle.
How you doing that?
Which
like
bottle?
Kind of AI.
This one?
No,
Yeah.
don't tell me. Yeah, I was going to say it's High West.
Okay.
You like that one?
It's not bad.
It's pretty good. I got to go ahead.
What was it? The only reason I got it's because it's bottled in Park City.
I got a bottle of the rye, and I got it. It was like on sale for like, it was like under $20 or whatever. Like awesome, and it was super good for a rye. I enjoyed it.
But I don't know how the hell this camera's. I'm trying to. That's why I'm sitting here like.
Can you control it with your mouse or something?
No, this is my iPad.
Oh, okay. Because at some point you were turned around and your camera was like focusing on you, it was moving around. Not right now. But when you're turned around, it was like zooming in on you. There's some kind of setting.
Yeah, I think it's got a focal where it'll zoom in, but then you can do ultra wide with it. I don't know. Apparently, I must have fucked it up.
Oh.
No, that's off. There we go.
You and Sam mess around with your cameras half the time every time we do a.
Yeah, see, it's kind of moving with them.
Yep.
Turn around. Turn around. You won't be able to see it, but we'll see it. There we go. It follows you. It's weird. I don't like that. I don't like that robot Terminator shit.
It's not even physically moving. It's just pictures zoomed in and it's adjusting the framing.
Yeah, it's weird. Don't like it.
Like X-Files, man. Speaking of that, tomorrow.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I gotta get that ready to go.
What you gotta do with it? Put a bullet in it?
No, they're already there.
I think YouTube still has the Insta ban for handling firearms on a live stream. So
that's why I'm
off camera. Okay.
Yeah.
Just show us the scope. What scope you got on there? $1,200 scope. Derek likes scopes.
Yeah.
He likes his optics.
It really is.
I gotta get the Rumble
Eskimo
account going again, so that way we can switch and we can do.
Dude, I would love to do an EDC video, like firearm related EDC.
Mm-hmm.
We could do that on Rumble.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, I just it's if my channel goes kaput, it's no big deal, but it'd be a pain in the butt.
Well, that's why I was just gonna say, it's
what caliber?
300. It's a 300 Ultra.
I brought that up in a live stream a few years ago where I won't even say who, but the topic went to guns, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I got one right here," and I was like in the chat, "No, don't bring it up. You can't do that." And also everybody just assumed I'm like anti-gun, and I'm like, "No, I'm the most opposite of anti-gun as you can get. I just don't want his channel to get banned. You don't understand, because I actually seen channels disappear because somebody showed a gun live."
AI's a dickhead that way.
Yep. Mike, how you doing? We are just BSing at this time.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm holding it.
It's more of
I'm
a
holding
bullshit
it a
session
P.
on video.
Yep. We were talking about this multi-tool that a couple of us got and tried out. And then it's just been a general topic on EDC stuff. Then we went to ham radio stuff, and now we're just.
Then we went to booze.
Then we went to booze. Now we're talking guns. So.
Okay.
We got to talk about cigars and pipe smoking so we get the full ATF thing going.
Maybe that's what we do next time. I wouldn't mind having a pipe.
So I love this.
It's been a long time
that I had out. But there's one thing that Christensen Arms did shitty. And they did a thin inlay of carbon fiber on this. So if you put the round in and you put all three, it pushes hard enough against the retainers there that you end up having 2 rounds. If you don't get it in there and have it squoze, you end up having 2 rounds go out.
A few years ago, I got into pipe smoking for a little bit, and then I just kind of went away. I bought a couple pipes. I just showed you. Well, my favorite thing about it was the tins that the tobacco come in. They're just so cool.
I love the way that shit smells.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
I love it.
And here's a couple of my favorites. I bet you these things have been sitting up on that file cabinet for 5, 6 years, 7 years.
The tobacco moist? Is it good? Is it dried out?
I have no idea. But I do have an overhead cam. Let's find out.
Yeah, it's been a while. Norm was in the pipe smoking back in like high school.
Oh, wow.
And my parents would go out of town and he would just smoke it up in the basement.
Sure.
And he's all right. He's like, they're not going to be home for a couple of days. We'll just leave the windows open. It'll air out. I was like, you just smoked the shit up with a pipe. They're going to smell it.
Yep. So
that's a cool can.
I did a little experimenting
yourself,
on the different styles of pipe tobacco because you have your aromatics and your and this was one from English. I can't remember the style. But it's not aromatic. It doesn't have funky flavors. It's just straight up tobacco, but it's pretty mild. And the reason I got this one was the labeling and the name. I can't remember the whole backstory about this because I learned it on YouTube. But this is like this blend was inspired or came out like literally 100 years ago. As you can tell, it was inspired by World War I aviators from England. So a squadron leader. It's just straight up cool. You got an old World War I biplane on it. And it's all sealed up pretty good. I'm not kidding you. This thing's probably at least 5 years old. Oh my gosh. Oh man, if you had smell-o-vision. It's a little dry, but it's not bad. I think we can rescue that. Oh my gosh. Holy balls, does this smell good. It is just amazing. I think I could just buy just use it as potpourri.
Yeah. And hey, when they did the EDC like survival Altoid cans, what's better than that? Just a little bit bigger one. Right there. That's your survival Altoid can once it's smoked.
Yep. Oh yeah, I remember back when I first started working in the industry. I'm in old toolmaker would have a couple of these in his toolbox, where you keep like dicum and some other stuff in. And oh man, this I'm not kidding you. I don't have the best smelling in the world, but I can smell that tobacco.
Oh yeah.
It's such of a, and, I don't know. It's hard to describe a good tobacco. The smell is just so cool. Oh wow. Yeah, I might have to add a few drops of distilled water to that, and I bet you it's gotta be 5 or 6 years since I smoked a pipe.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that next time we're together. I'll get a pipe.
Sure.
Well, that sounds fun.
Yep. Okay, so there we covered alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. It was a complete stream.
Covered the ATF.
Yep. Oh wow! I'm not kidding you. I can just. Oh, it smells so good in here.
Yeah, I'm going to just start smoking again.
Yeah, there's.
That's a good thing about pipe. I could, cigarettes are one thing.
It's disgusting. It
If
stinks. But if you have a good pipe or a good cigar, I mean, obviously the unsmoked tobacco is amazing, but even the smoke, especially like a good Aromax pipe, something like the other one that I showed you.
I've seen Derek's one hitter.
Ooh, this one's unopened. Yeah, this one's unopened, so that's probably still good. But this cult, they got way cool tins and awesome names and stuff. But the Blood Red Moon is like cherry tobacco, and it smells fantastic, and it tastes like dark chocolate and cherry. It's like,
yeah, that was a thing I was thinking of, was the cherry flavor.
Yep.
That's what pipe tobacco reminded me of.
Yep. And it isn't like it's like candy. I mean, it tastes like tobacco, but there's just that
subtle, but the aromatics just smack you in the nose.
Yeah. It's just a slight. Yeah, Cult has some pretty cool labels, like under 10. Here's another one from Cult.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I think I bought this one just for the name and the logo, Militia. That's pretty cool. I can't remember what flavor this is. Yeah, I literally can't remember. I think I got one more here. Wow. I got it. All right. Let's put that. Knocking shit all over the place. We'll put that away before I decide to fire up a pipe in my house.
Yeah, you all do that when you have a fire going in the house, where it...
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, it's good. I do have to jump off here, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be about. Yeah, it's gonna be about that time.
I gotta finish getting ready.
Yep. So
the Wapiti need chased tomorrow.
Yeah, for those that stuck around and watch us, this is typically our Zoom calls and our Discord meetings that we have with ourselves just on a random night.
Yeah,
where we
just a lot less, bad words.
Yeah, a little more colorful language, but I think we've said everything tonight. Anyways, I heard a few F-bombs. I think I said a few F-bombs. So,
oops, my bad.
Those who don't like foul language, I apologize. We try to keep it clean, but
yeah, sorry for the kids watching.
we waited till later.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. At least when you came on, because
yeah, it went downhill when I got here.
We joke that you use the F word for a comma once in a while. So
if I get mad, yeah.
I'm not much better, so
I'll use it as an adjective, an adverb, a pronoun.
You ever heard that?
The history of the F word?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's one of my favorites.
It can be used for almost every word in the sentence. F the effing effers.
Yeah. All right, before we go, I got something cool to show you.
Sure.
So I actually dug that out of an elk.
Oh yeah.
It's actually out of my I think it's actually out of my dad's trophy bull that he shot in 2020.
Oh yeah.
And I just keep it in my bino pack because it's my muzzleloader slug. He shot it with my rifle.
Sure. Oh cool.
Yeah,
every once in a while,
huh? Is that 50 caliber?
Yeah, it's
muzzleloader.
So it was in a sabot jacket. So technically that's a 45, but it had the sabot jacket around it, or depending on where you're from, the sabot.
Nah, not around here. It's not a sabot.
But yeah, it's cool. It's got a little indent. Whoops. Because the jacket, let me unscrew my fingers. The jacket actually has a little rib in there to help twist it. So, yeah, it wasn't bad. It was only a 116-yard shot on that trophy bull.
Well, it looks like the bullet did what it was supposed to.
Yeah, cool.
But I don't know. I get going through my stuff every once in a while. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's where that went.
Oh yeah. All right.
Yeah. Well, since Brian brought it up, because that's my muzzleloader for tomorrow.
Doesn't look like a muzzleloader.
It's my breech loader.
My breech loader. That sounds better. And this is typically how we say goodbye all the time. Yep, I gotta get to bed. I gotta work tomorrow. Oh, hey, did you see this? And then we talk for another half hour.
Yeah. Squirrel.
Yeah. But before we go, first Wednesday in November we'll do the Scout 75 only portable radio stuff, and that's where we were gonna do it for October, but I had last minute plans and stuff for the family, so we skipped October. But we'll do. The topic was going to be putting together a comms plan. That was requested by, I can't remember his name now or call sign, but our friend from the Philippines that watches us every once in a while.
Yeah.
He wanted something on a comms plan, and I told him, that could be the topic for the whole channel and series. So being we had the ham radio camp out in Wisconsin here, I thought I can share the comms plan that I put together for myself and others use for a camp out type of thing. And then maybe we can do other ones in the future where a comms plan for a family road trip or a comms plan for severe weather or power outage that we can do a multiple of these and have more detailed for a specific need type thing. So
yeah.
But I got everything written down and shown from what I did for that trip. So that may be a fun one, or it'll be a fun one. Well, it'll be whatever it'll be. But so the first Wednesday in November, we'll do that. So check that out. And then the third Wednesday in November, which I just realized is going to be during deer season. So we might, I'm not going to be available that time. So maybe we'll do like the last weekend in November or the second. Sometime in November, we'll do the EDC thing.
Thanksgiving Eve, maybe. Everybody's off the next day.
Yeah, but that's deer season here, so I'm going to be doing stuff with the old man.
Are you hunting with a rifle this year?
Yep. Jesus Christ. But sometime in November we'll figure out we'll do a November EDC thing on the Scout Life channel, and you missed it because you're late, Derek. But we're talking about transition things to carry that you do differently for winter. Boy, you got really interested when I said transition.
I was like,
Are we dyeing our hair blue? No, but
I'm not
transition.
piercing anything in this area.
All right, changes you make to your kit from summer to winter.
No.
And also maybe organization.
Yep.
Because I even do that in my work truck. That I pack different for winter than I do summer.
Yep. And so the topics will cover. So I do some stuff different on my true everyday carry on my person for wintertime. But yeah, that could definitely call in because, like we said before here, EDC is not necessarily what's in your pockets, but what's on or near you, whether you have it in a vehicle or in a pack or whatever. So that'll be the topic: is what change ups you do for the winter time.
Okay, yeah, that was actually going to be my question. Was are you doing a 30-day review or type?
No, not this time.
Not this time.
We got to find something cool to do another 30-day on.
Yeah. Definitely want to do the 30-day review stuff, but Greg and I talked about this a long time ago when we were first kicking around this idea. Is like, do we really want to buy something every month or every other month? You know, because originally we thought we'd do. Because as we found out here, you know, as we show here, you can't really talk about one thing for an hour or 2 hours. So the original plan was to do an unboxing of one thing, carry it for 30 days, and on the next one, the first half you do the review of that, and then unbox something else, and then pick something, you know, just keep it going. But then it's like, now we're encouraging people to spend money on stuff that they really don't need, and we're spending money on stuff that we really don't need. So let's kind of dabble.
What do we do if we hate it?
Yeah, and then for me, it's like if we go down that and this takes off, well, now I'm going to end up with $20 flashlights and $20 pocket knives, and do you really want to do that? But it's definitely a fun concept, and I enjoy doing it. But I just want to do it like so we buy like 5 or 6 things a year and go through it. But you know,
well, even if you do, I don't know. You want me to?
Yeah, you got an idea. Sounds like.
Well, I really do gotta go, guys.
On stream.
All right.
Or not?
I'm sorry.
No problem, Greg.
All right, love you guys.
Oh, Greg. We think you're nice. See you, Nick. I'll talk to you soon, bud.
All right, see you guys.
See ya.
Yeah. So what if you extended it out from 30 to 90 days, and then you're only buying shit once a quarter, and you can do a 90-day review?
Yeah. Or you can still do it where you do the unboxing, a 30-day review, and then the 90-day review, and then you can kind of combine that all into the same videos. Where hey, this show we got, you know what I mean? We could do little segments. Something to kick around. I don't know. I'm just winging it, but
yeah,
we don't really need to have a format that we stick to. We figure things out.
Yeah.
But I kind of like that idea too, where, you know, if we're going to do this for an hour, maybe 2 hours, talking about one item for an hour straight is a stretch, you know.
Yeah, you almost get to the beating a dead horse.
Yep. So, you know, you talk about the one thing that you carried for 30 days for 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever it is. Then we move on to, all right, this is the one that we've had for 90 days. How about this? What's different from there to there? That's kind of a good idea.
There's one tool that I'd like to try, but other than it has a Milwaukee name on it, so I'm not sure I'm willing to.
So yeah, that adds
much money to it.
That adds that doubles the price. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got...
Now I'll say it because I'm not going to buy it, but Milwaukee has this little pocket bit driver that fits in your pocket about like that pocket knife, and it flips out about like that pocket knife did, and then it's got bits in it, so you can have a Phillips, a flat, or a slot. I think one Torx, but
yeah. Oh, yeah. You talk Milwaukee, and then back to the camp out. I got a video I'm putting together that I got to release pretty soon. It's this one guy's setup is just freaking amazing. The level of detail he went into. He took your standard utility trailer.
yeah,
It looks like it on the outside. He built it into a camper on the inside by himself from scratch, and it is amazing. I gotta show you stuff soon on that one. Maybe this weekend I'll talk to you about it.
Okay.
But then his radio kit is all, because that trailer is his Radio Shack at home. Then it's also his camper, and he has all his gear in the Milwaukee Packouts.
Oh yeah.
And he showed me that thing, and it's like I've heard of the Packouts, and I've seen, guys that work and some of our vendors and stuff that come in have them. And they're like, I get that system. That's right up my alley. It's all modular and everything. So I saw the stuff and how it laid out, and I'm like, I think I should get some of those. So then I went and actually looked at them and the price.
Grab your ass.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, I'm not going down that road. That's, crazy.
Craftsman makes something similar, and so does Klein.
Yeah. But
I never used to be a big Klein fan until I got
expensive.
Using my tools quite a bit.
Yeah.
And they're pretty good middle of the road compromise.
Sure. I have to look into that.
Which I got two Klein tools you would like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
we'll talk, and I'll grab them out of my truck, and I'll show them to you. Like, they're ones I grab almost 90% of the time.
Sure.
And it's just two drivers.
Oh yeah.
They're just like screwdrivers, but not screwdriver per se, but they're that format.
Yeah. And for the umpteenth time in the last hour and a half, I forgot that we're actually live streaming, because this is just like our normal video chats where we just talk about. So, yeah, it's past my bedtime, so we better end this. Thanks, everybody who watched. Most have checked out by now, but that's very cool, and I would expect that. Again, this EDC stuff is usually a little better organized, and that's on the Scout Life channel. I streamed it tonight on the Scout 75 channel too, kind of by mistake, and that's for portable radio. So if you like that kind of stuff, please check it out. Greg, who checked out, him and his brother have the Shacking Life channel, which is random ham radio stuff.
Shacking off.
I said Shacking Life or something like that, didn't I?
Yeah.
Shacking off. A guy should be professional and have like some show notes and strips to follow instead of just rambling. But yeah, but then again, that's a beer and 2 whiskeys ago too. So there's that. Plus, it's past my bedtime, like I said.
I was gonna say, I can't be up past your bedtime, so that's my fault.
Oh, that's all right. So, all right, thanks for watching, folks. We'll catch you next time. See ya.